I've learned a lot in my life. Some things were easier than others. Today I'm going to share 4 of the lessons that being transparent and open about my sobriety journey and substance abuse issues have taught me. These might sound obvious to some of you, but I have found some lessons didn't really stick with me until I experienced them myself. The last one might surprise you, so be sure to watch till the end. Lesson 1. Support will come from the places you least expect it. What I mean by that is you might not have friends that are supportive of your sobriety. They might encourage you to break. Just have one. I want to preface the rest of this by saying those people are not your friends. They don't understand the depth of what you want and what you need. It might even be a joke to them. Then you'll meet a stranger. You might not even know their name. It could be in a comment section, an online forum, or at a meeting, and they will funnel nothing but encouragement, support, and maybe some advice your way. But they do it with the best intentions. They care about your sobriety. That was an awesome thing for me to learn, to witness and feel myself, something that I never really expected. Lesson 2. Do what works for you. All of the advice in the world won't mean anything to you if it's given to you in a negative way. It's really easy for other people to tell you what not to do. But in my experience, it's more often than not from a place of superiority, or the advice is given in a demeaning way. The easiest example I have is counting days. Counting days works for me. I understand there are people a lot more influential than I will ever be that have talked down on counting days, but the approach they take is so inherently demonizing, it's almost disgusting to me. All you're doing is counting days, so when you relapse, you'll know what to tell people. Why are you counting? You're not that person anymore. They're right in a sense, but I am that person. That person is still me, and I'm embracing the me that I am today because of who I used to be. If you have something that works for you, don't let anyone convince you to stop doing it. Be open to listening to why they're saying what they're saying, but please never let someone else dictate what will work best for you on your sobriety journey. Lesson 3. You can trick your body's muscle memory. Now, I would have and did call myself a habitual alcoholic, the focus there being habit. The cracking sound of a can, the carbonation hitting your mouth, it's all part of the experience. My brain would steer me to the fridge as soon as I walked in the door, looking for that dopamine hit. So I gave it most of what it was after. A seltzer water has the same can crack, the same carbonation, and none of the alcohol. So with one fridge opening at a time, I learned to trick myself, and seltzer water became my new muscle memory. Now my go-to drinks were whiskey and gin. Those bottles don't have the crack or carbonation that's easily substituted. But I learned I could still trick myself. A tonic water and lime is really close to a gin and tonic. It just doesn't taste the same. I actually ended up using one of my old whiskey bottles to make iced tea in. I used Tazo spicy tea, and when that craving hit, I'd make myself a whiskey and Coke with the spiced tea in its place. Or I would do a shot of the spiced tea. I will say this was pretty gross, but I found it very effective. And now the lesson that might surprise you. I know it was hard for me to truly believe. Lesson 4. You are not alone. Substance abuse in any form is very good at making us feel isolated, cut off from our friends, our loved ones, making us feel truly hopeless. I know I've believed all of those things in the past. Learning that shame is just something addiction uses to keep you separated from the rest of the world when I wanted to give up and cave into myself like a black hole. I learned a recovery community exists, that I could say, I am pursuing sobriety and this is my journey. And a chorus of other people walking their own paths would be there just outside of where I couldn't see before. Torches held high to light the way for one another. We might be on different paths, but the journey has joined our steps on a level all its own, and I am proud to walk beside you.